on the season, and 2 of them against Carolina. Saints come out. The Saints, boy, I tell you, man, the Saints played a hell of a game, man. I got to give them credit. Saints going to sweep the Panthers. Whatever remains they got, they're going to sweep them up out of here and put them in the trash bin along with the Buccaneers. You're going to let them know y'all don't play with us here. We got to get our bearings. You're going to sweep their ass into the trash bin. All right. Yeah, there you go, man. Shout out to the Carolina Panthers, though, man. Shout out to the Panthers, man. The Panthers, man, let me tell you something, man. I ain't mad at the Carolina Panthers folks, man. This was a fighting game here. And we just had it in us, man. The Saints have found something. They found their courage. They found their heart. They made a shit show of miscues, but in the end, they get mature enough to overcome them. As the ball is kicked into the back of the end zone by Charlie Smyth, 2 seconds remain for the Carolina Panthers. And this game is going to be, my goodness, as we got the sweeping effect playing. It's a sweep. That's pretty cool, man. Awesome. All right, shout out. Hey, man, listen, the Carolina Panthers, man, listen. The Saints fought for this one, man. They came back and fought themselves into a win. And the prevent defense now, 3 to the right, 2 left. With 2 minutes, they're going to try to do the little throw it back in the back play. And then that won't do it as the Saints. The ball is then recovered by the Saints. And the game is over as the New Orleans Saints win the game. And they beat Carolina. They knock over Carolina in the dome. The Saints are winners. They found something, man. This was a gutty showing by Shough again. The Saints have found a mentality, a temperament. They got young kicker from international place, a rookie quarterback, rookie running back, rookie tackle, rookie safety, linebackers, and the Saints say, we don't care. They get their 4th win of the season by sweeping the Carolina Panthers. Let's put the sweep on. Y'all hear that sweeping? It's not a lot of sweep. We won't need a big bro. Whatever the Saints did, it was enough to make sure they got that light work. All right, thank you, Will. Will says, I love the fight and the future. Who that? Thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this world. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for that, bro. Man, the Saints, man, I'm so proud of this team, man, how they played in this game, man. Despite the injuries, people getting hurt in the game, despite, Shough in and out of the lineup, going over here and to the medical tent. He came back in that second half. They made the adjustments, and shout out to the Saints defense. The Saints defense got Carolina off the field twice in drives that were less than 2.5 minutes to give the Saints an opportunity to get there. And Chris Olave dropped a really important ball. The man came back, did some work on that drive, got a touchdown, tied the game. Saints did enough to get in the field goal range. Charlie Smyth, the international punter, kicks them to a win and a sweeping of a Carolina team that was desperate to try to get the lead in the NFC South. They learned the hard way, just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. Tampa Bay now retrieves and keeps the NFC South, and of course, Tampa and Carolina will fight it over. But in the end, the Saints, is this the start of a winning streak to finish the year? The Saints still have the Jets, the Titans, and the Falcons. The Saints could very well finish the year on a winning streak if they keep playing like this. Shout out to Otis says, okay, Tampa, tell us. Thank you. We know y'all jumping. Indeed, bro. Thank you. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you, Otis. Appreciate you, man, on that. The sweeping is going on. The brooms is in full effect. To say the least about the Saints, they only got 4 wins, but 2 of them is against the Panthers. Bring out the brooms. Yeah, you hear, Pammy? That bro, we sweep. It ain't much to sweep up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a lot we got to sweep up. You know, but hey, man, when we got a sweeping going on here, that ain't easy to say. I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy this good sweeping here, fam. Ain't nothing feels good than just getting your house clean. It's almost therapeutic. Yeah, get in that corner over there. Yeah. Get up under the corner there. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Yeah, get them teeth and the fur over there. You can sweep that up in there too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I never seen a blue panther before. What's going on? Is he sick? Why is he blue? You know, I've never seen a blue panther before. Why is he? Well, sweep that up there. Yeah. Throw that over there. Put them in the trash bin over there. There you go. All right, there you go. I don't know if we can recycle that. That might be illegal. I don't know. I have to look that up. Yeah, put that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, put that. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for being in here as well, man. Yeah, it feel good, don't it? The Saints, man. Could you? They found something, man. Y'all stay with us. We're gonna have the you know it's gonna be 12 people that come out when the Saints win. You're gonna see about 12 people at the presser. We'll break out and have Pops Q the chime in as well. But man, I gotta say about the black and gold, man. Listen, they have done a wonderful job in this game. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The Saints did a wonderful job. The second half, all the mistakes that we made, they showed some courage. They showed some gumption. Old school word. You know, they got. And it's, you can't say enough about Tyler Shough. Shough got hit several times in the game, and fam, one of the biggest plays of the game. And listen, I don't buy 1 second that Tyler was hurt on that shot. He rolled around. He was so smart that he rolled when he got hit. He started rolling around. He did a little Josh Allen. You see, he took a page from Josh Allen book. He started rolling around and getting Hollywood Shough on that one. You know, and then ultimately when the flags came out, you notice how fast he got up? He started rolling around like, you know, and then the flags came out then. You know, and that with him scrambling and calling his own number, and you tack the 15-yard penalty for hitting him on the scramble, helped set up Charlie Smith's field goal. With what, 12 seconds left? That was a 12-second play. And the reason why it was so smart and showed next level thinking, family, for 2 reasons. The Saints did not have a timeout, and they had less than 12 seconds to do that, to get up and then spike the ball. So what did Tyler do? He scrambled it. The guy took a shot on him. He didn't know he was going to take a shot on him when he scrambled. But when he hit him, Tyler was so smart, he started rolling around to draw the flags out to stop the clock, which forced the penalty for him to set up on top. And that's how we got it all. That was next level thinking by Tyler Shough. Because right after it was over with, he got right on up and got onto the sideline. I mean, man, this was really a smart series of plays that really, I got to give them all the thinking, all the love in the world on that one. Much respect on this game. King Morrison says the broom sound is crazy work. Yeah, I'm running, bro. We don't. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this world.
Hey, that broom might sweep all the way to next Sunday, fam. We got some work to do right here, man. How often can we do this? Can we roll out the broom effect? We split with Tampa. We sweep Carolina. We have to split with Atlanta. So this is the only time y'all gonna hear this broom sweeping effect for the whole year. So don't mind me if it drives you crazy. Jamie says Saints got the best division record at 3-2. Crazy work. 3-2. Man.
back to this one.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. It says sweeping and indeed. Yeah, y'all celebrate this, man. This was awesome. Like I said, I look at the game a little differently, family. But to be quite honest with you, man, like I said, the last series, the Saints burned the time. I gotta say it again, man, because that was so smart. What happened? The Saints didn't have any timeouts left. They had 12 seconds left. They would, and I was like, why don't they take the shot? He's like, nah, we got to get him closer. How you gonna get him closer? Tyler calls his own number. He runs there, slides down there, and I'm pretty sure he was intended to get up and hurry up. But when the guy hit him, he was present enough to just start rolling around. And notice the flags came out, stopped the clock, and that set up the field. I mean, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Sons of God, shout out to you. Said we choked the life out of the Blue Panther. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this one. Talk, boy.
I know. I was wondering, any people blue? Why that Panther blue? Like they must be sick or something. Must have choked on something. Why he blue in the face? I don't know. Just thought about that. All right. Brent says, Q, that noise remind me of waitress sweeping carpet at the table. Next one. That's right.
I want to say thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back
Hollywood Shough. That's right. Hollywood Shough. He got the rolling around, fam, in there, man. Listen, man, I'm just happy. I'm just really, because this was the kind of stuff we wanted to see. Key Moore said the broom sound. Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. I think I got you already. Thank you for that. Brent also says, yeah, that voodoo witch broom. Q. Indeed, bro. But tell me y'all enjoying that, though.
Picking me up, bringing me back to this one.
Keep pounding. Yeah, but it ain't over with for them. They will just have to battle out with Tampa Bay for the rest of the way. I think they still got 2 games they have to battle with Tampa for the division lead. But as far as the Saints are concerned, this was the toughest of the next few games we're going to see from a record standpoint. All these other games, man, let me tell you something, are at the Jets, the Titans, and then they close out with the Falcons. All these teams are sub 500 people. The Saints could, at the end of the day, end up finishing on a winning streak. Look how they playing. That's they're fighting. You know, this is what we call for. A black preacher man said, what is Shough's win-loss record? That's a good point, bro. What is Tyler Shough's win-loss record, fam? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat for me, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Let's get into it, man. All right, thank you, black preacher man, for that, man. Appreciate you, though. What's Tyler's win-loss record, fam? What's his win-loss record? Jet Black says 3-3, I believe. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Jay Survivor says, I tune in to hear Panthers fans. They blaming the defense. Shout out to my dog, Dave and Shad at the Panther Nation podcast. They got the largest independent Panther supporter podcast out there. That's my brethrens, man. I know they kind of pissed about it, but they knew something. I heard my dog Shad say that we can't sleep on the Saints. You got to watch out for the Saints. Saints not scared of Carolina. They beat them by 10 in Carolina, and they had it on their mind that when they come to New Orleans, we could do them the same way. And it's just, I got to say enough about it because the Saints are not really playing for anything except for pride. Carolina's playing for a postseason run, and they were desperate, and the Saints took it away from them. I got to give it to them. And Chase Young, how about Chase Young, family? Chase Young, what he did and how he performed on that last drive. He got that sack that knocked him back 9 yards. Then he chased down Bryce Young to trip him up, so it forced the Carolina Panthers to punt the ball to set up the series on the opposite end. So it was so many positive things to talk about in the second half that led to this win. Yoshi, shout out, says we winning gritty games, and I'm proud of my team. That's all we asked for. Thank you, bro.
Very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this one.
That's the mentality the Saints have to have, this gritty, smart mentality. If we can box this and take this into the, I'm telling y'all, fam, if they keep this, they can win out. They can beat the Jets, they can beat the Titans, and they can beat the Falcons to split with them and finish the season on a winning streak. I don't care about that draft. We'll find our players wherever they fall because we'll have to do that. But in terms of what we saying tonight, this is the kind of stuff that I love to see them do. This is why we wrong. All right, A-Camp, what's up, bro? Says, yeah, he's three. Oh, he's 3 and okay. There you go. Family members ask the questions. Tyler is 3-3 as the starting quarterback. That's big. All right, anyway, man, let me turn my little effect down. Do y'all want me to leave? I'm gonna leave it to the family members. Y'all want me to leave the sweeping going while we do the post game? I'm being real petty right now, but we ain't have an opportunity to sweep anybody this whole year, and it happened. So this is special, man. I'm gonna leave that sweep effect on. If y'all want me to turn it off, I'll turn it off if y'all want me to. But let me go through it here. All right, Saints had 27 first down versus the Carolina Panthers 15. Right, the Saints were 6-11 from third down. They were 1-2 in the red zone. The Saints finished with 63 total plays to 56 in the game. They had 337 total offensive yards against 281 by Carolina. The drives were even at 8. The Saints went up to over 5.3 yards per play. They finished the game with 256 yards. Tyler Shough just lit up the second half. He just lit the second half up for the Saints, man. He really turned the table. 256 yards against 154, average 7 yards a throw. You can see the sack. I think that he was sacked 5 times in the game. But nonetheless, the Saints 81 rushing yards on 25 carries. We lost Devin Neal with a hamstring issue. And we were basically using Evan Hall and Audric Estime as running backs and Tyler Shough on his RPO play. Saints were 2 of 3. See, the whole thing about the red zone is completely flipped. Don't call it the red zone for you. Call it the red zone for them, meaning when they have to go to it. For the Saints offense, it's the green zone. Something's changed. Now they're 2-3 in the red zone as opposed to being one of the worst teams in red zone efficiency. The Saints had 9 penalties for 78 yards, but really the penalties really punished the Carolina Panthers, especially that last series when Latham came in there and hit that sliding quarterback. That set the kicker up for a winner. 31 time of possession, 44 seconds by the Saints versus 28-16, going the opposite way. All right. You look at the box scores right here for the Saints. Tyler Shough lit them up. 24 for 32 for 272 yards, a touchdown. He was sacked 5 times, but still had a rating of 110.4. How you get sacked 5 times and it doesn't affect your passing? Well, it happened for Tyler Shough. He was 24 32, 272, over 8 yards per throw, had touchdown, sacked 5 times, but his rating was 110.4. That's very special. He was also the team's leading rusher when Devin Neal went out with the hammy, who had 7 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Shough had 8 scrambles for 32 yards and averaged 4 yards a run. So he was the top passer and rusher. When the last time you seen them had that happen like that? I think Spencer, I don't know. Did Spencer do that? Not trying to compare the two, but just a question. Chris Olave, 6 catches for 85 yards off of 9 targets, 14-yard average in the touchdown. Devon Velley was 5 of 6 for 69 yards and 14 yards per catch. Audric Estime, 3 for 39. He had 13 yards per catch. Kevin Austin Jr. came in and was 3 for 5 for 33 yards, which is 11 yards per catch. Juwan Johnson, I told y'all Juwan Johnson has been catching the ball and is playing the last 4 or 5 games. The guy has been really next level. He was 4 for 4 for 30 yards and 7.5 yards. Now it was the I think it was the not this last touchdown before that when Juwan kind of tapped the ball to himself, broke a tackle, and then powered his way to help set up a touchdown. The one prior to the last one we had with Chris Olave that really opened things up. So they played really well. But you can see the averages on our wide receivers. The top 4 wide receivers averaged over 11 yards per catch today. And Chris Olave stepped up and he was big in this game. He's going to finish the season with his best. He's on pace to finish with his best season average. Chase Young woke up. He had 6 tackles and 1 sack. He had 2 tackles for loss. Jonas Sanker was big, 6 tackles. Bullers had 6 as well. DeMario had 5. So did Jordan Howden. The Saints stepped up defensive wise and really closed it down for the. And then of course Charlie Smyth, our fantastic young kicker, 2 for 2, and hit the 47-yarder to kick the Saints into a win. He also hit the 42-yarder to help keep it. If he didn't hit both of those field goals, it would have been, we had had to force something else. But Charlie Smyth finished with 8 points and helped the Saints get the dub against the Carolina Panthers. How about that? You look at the Bryce Young on the opposite side, 15-24 for $163 and a touchdown, 96.4 on the rating. Saints stopped Rico Dowdle, 16 carries for 49 yards. That's a 3.1 average. He did get a touchdown, but the Saints done a really good job of just stopping him. Now, they did get 127 yards combined because of the scrambling Bryce Young, who had 7 scrambles for almost 50 yards, averaging 7. And, of course, like I said, Jalen Coker was 4 for 4, 60 yards, and had a touchdown. But 2 of those it should be nullified because he pushed off. I won't keep saying it, but it is what it is. And, of course, on the other side, Nick Scott for them led in tackles. They had sacks by DJ Wonnum. He had 2, one by Rosenboom and by Travis Gibson. But nonetheless, all that matters is the Saints came out with a victory in this game and handled business in a major capacity. So y'all hit the like button, man, as the Saints, man. How about your Saints? The New Orleans Saints got the dub, baby. Got the dub in the building. And I'm just happy, man, because that's how you supposed to win. That's how you do what you do. And that's how you win games. You win games in that way. You got to handle your business. The Saints played with a lot of pride. We took it away from them. Let me bring Pops Q in the building, man, and get his analysis. Y'all hit that like button as we keep this thing twisting and turning. I'm going to turn that broom off right now so we can focus. Yeah, we've been sweeping our ass off since the game been over with, man. But anyway, we're going to bring Pops Q. Pops, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, son. Look, you can just put that broom back in the closet. Job done.
But Pops, these old blue Panthers. I just realized that the Panthers, the Panthers blue, and yeah. I'm like, the Saints must have, they must have did something rotten to them and had them choked up for them to turn blue because we kind of took it from them on this one, Pops. But what you thinking on that, man?
Oh man, that was the best. That's one of the best games I've seen them play this season. They were determined. They were executing, except for a few of those silly, jumping offside, those few silly penalties they were doing. Other than that, they played an excellent game, played outstanding. I love the way the young quarterback handled his business in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, Pops. I watched the man play. What do you think about the play that led to him getting the pass interference? Not the pass interference. The play that led to him picking up the personal foul that gave Charlie Smyth extra yardage to 15 on top of the play that he called his own number on to set him up for the field goal kick for 40. What was it? 47 for them to win. They didn't. I believe they didn't have enough time for him to get up. Maybe he thought he did, but instead the guy hits him, and instead of popping up automatically to try to set some up, he rolls around. He did Hollywood Shuck. He rolled around and drew the personal foul, because at first they were calling for it, nothing, until he started rolling around like he was hurt. Then the flags came out, which stopped the clock to help the Saints kick the field goal. I just thought that was brilliant, man. That showed next level thinking from Tyler Shough. What's your thought on that?
He did hit him while he was, the Carolina guy hit him while he was on the ground. He gave up. The quarterback gives himself up like that. You can't touch him. There's nothing you can do. And that's what Tyler did. Tyler gave himself up. And then he still hit him. He hit him on the ground. He did tackle him. And he was already down. He didn't have to hit him. That's what drew the flag.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on just a second, Pops. Here you go. This is here he goes on the poll right now. Here's here's the coach right now talking about it. Here you go. Y'all hit the like button if y'all can hear that.
Yeah, just phenomenal performance. When your best is needed, he showed up. And so obviously he made some big time plays. I thought from a pass game perspective, those last couple of drives, I thought receivers were dialed. Vele goes down and Kevin pops in there and makes some plays. And so that was big time. I feel like our guys executed really well. Positive gains allow you to play with some tempo and some urgency, and I thought our guys executed really well in those situations. Tyler? Yeah. I think just his steadiness. His steadiness is really special. I think it's really important to play the quarterback position in this league. There's a lot of hard downs, and so you're not going to convert every single one of them. Your ability to kind of go from one to the next and take advantage of the opportunities presented. Again, you made some big time plays in this game. Yeah, I think just executing at a really high level and understanding the situational aspect. There was a lot of situational plays that came up towards the end of this game, and so for him to execute at that high of a level, I thought credit to him and really the entire offense and defense, the big time stop, obviously special teams executing, and Charlie finishing it off the way it was.
Going into that,
Sorry.
that game time drive, Chris had one catch for 7 yards.
Yeah.
It seemed like this really came to life there in the full quarter.
Yeah, just really steady. I think credit to him. Games take different flows. His ability to kind of stay right in it, be ready to go. Opportunities will come their way. It's kind of a cycle. It felt like, Vay made a bunch of plays early. Then CO kind of came alive. Kevin hopped in there and made some plays. Tip got some plays involved. I thought it was just all those guys were executing really well. And I think it shows, Tyler's just trusting the progression. Whoever's open and playing the play. Yeah, it's just been awesome. Resiliency for our guys. Obviously the season, we're not going to be able to go to the playoffs this year, but we are building something really special, doing it the right way. Every single guy in that locker room, the way they prepare and compete and stay together through each and every experience. The last 2 weeks have been an awesome example of these guys.
Charlie, what you saw in him before the kick and then what you saw in him after. I'm talking about the game.
Yeah, I didn't bother him. I just stayed away from him. So let him do his deal. He's ready to go. I think this team has so much confidence in him, and I think the juice and energy that provides. The guys have a lot of confidence when he goes out there, and guys are fired up for him. And for him to make that kick, execute at that high of a level, the celebration in the locker room when you see it with Charlie and the team, his team loves that guy. So it was awesome.
What was the plan on that the QB at the very end? I think there was both
Yeah. Yeah, so we felt like it was going to be as tight as it possibly could. We were at a 66-yarder at the time. We could take that. It's a long one for Charlie. Felt like 5 more yards would be huge. We just had to make sure everyone was on the same page, dialed on that whole operation. Something you work, each and every week and go through these situations. And so, felt like we needed a couple more yards just to put ourselves in an even better position for Charlie.
You just this through. You've got a couple weeks now on the season, but your first one here like that with a kind of a last-minute game win. What was the emotion like for you?
Yeah, it's just awesome. I thought the dome came to life. Obviously, I thought that was a really cool example of as that game went on and we kind of caught a little bit of confidence, caught a little momentum. I felt like the crowd got into it late in the game. It was awesome. It was an awesome atmosphere for our guys to kind of rally together with, and I think it's a good example of what our team's building.
Tyler went to the injury tent midway through the fourth quarter after taking that hit. Were they checking for an injury, or was that like a concussion?
There was one time where they checked, but he was okay, and so obviously he was fine.
I was wondering if he came out of that tent. It kind of seemed like he was on a mission when y'all were about to go back out on offense before the game time drive. Did you have to check in with him at all, like ask if he was okay?
They communicated well with me. I think I knew he was ready to roll.
It's strange to have like a couple different instances where you're doing the right thing, sliding, still kind of taking it.
Yeah, obviously, those are challenging positions for defenders as well, with quarterback sliding. And so understand that component. I thought Tyler did a good job of getting the yards he could, getting down. Obviously, the penalties occurred, and obviously there was a benefit, towards us because of that. Yeah, just effort and resiliency. Not everything's perfect on film. We're going to have plenty of things to correct as a team. And so, but I thought for Chase's, just keep going for it. And eventually, he has those big moments late in that game. Yeah. Yeah, it's just incredible. Our guys, I think it's confidence building, when a lot of times, you get to a 4th and 1 and those are challenging situations. And, I think our team has so much confidence that we're making these stops each and every opportunity that we have. And so, it's obviously been a huge impact on a number of these wins for us.
Since you said build it the right way, you said it again today. Like what constitutes building it the right way?
I think just getting the right people, just building this thing around really, really good people who are connected like no other, that compete each and every week, each and every circumstance, no matter what it is. I think it's credit to our guys. The last 2 weeks, to respond coming out of, that Atlanta game and coming back and responding the way that we have the last 2 weeks, I think is just credit to the people that we have in the locker room and their connection, but also their willingness and effort to continue to get better and take advantage of each opportunity.
How important is it to kind of have this momentum as you go into the next year? Get some stuff going forward?
Yeah, I think we've talked about December football is really, really important football. And, ours taking a slightly different path this year, but we got to create habits right now that, we play meaningful games in December. We create these big time opportunities for us. And, for these last couple of games to be division games, these are teams that we're going to play a couple times every year for the rest of the time. And so, these are going to be meaningful games that'll impact the future as well. Yeah, I finally got one. So I felt like I was going to go for the year. So, we're close. Yeah, just an awesome class. A bunch of guys that are getting better each and every opportunity. They're playing all their different roles, and I think that's the beauty of this team is, when these guys have opportunities, they're ready, they're dialed, they have all the confidence in the world, and they go out there and execute at a really high level.
You said you would have been okay with Charlie at 66. Was there like a mark pregame where you were like 66?
We were kind of right around that range right there. So, those are long field goals, obviously. You can look up the percentages of those. We felt like getting a couple extra yards obviously was going to be very beneficial for that. I think just a good example of a ton of things. The international program, practice squad development, guys that are continuing to learn and grow each and every opportunity. I think it's just a perfect example of what our league loves to represent is opportunities for people from all across the world now. And Charlie's taking advantage of that. Yeah, we had a few guys left the game, so obviously we'll get the full update tomorrow with the medical thing with Devin, Bay, Caesar. Those three guys obviously weren't able to come back, and so we'll have to get clarification tomorrow. I thought they took advantage of their opportunity. Big time plays in the run game and the pass game. I thought there was a couple screens in there. Those guys did an awesome job of getting vertical and getting a bunch of yards out of those, and those are critical. I'm good. Thanks, guys.
Luke, go ahead.
Hey, Chris. I guess what's the feeling on the team when you got a quarterback? Now it was 2 straight games. We all the game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. Almost had another one.
It's huge, man. Having somebody back there that's fearless. He took a great amount of hits today. He kept bouncing back, getting back up. So that shows a lot to just him as a leader. It's great for the team, and we got to keep up the momentum and keep winning.
I think going into that game time drive, they had like 1 catch and 7 yards, and kind of came together late. What kind of thing were you doing?
It was tough, just trying to. I'm not going to let my emotions or any of that get in the way of the flow of the game. That's just how the game was going. It wasn't coming my way. Vele was having a huge game until he went down. We still was in the game, though. It was 17-10. It was tough. I had a tough drop on that second down in the red zone, but just had to bounce back, make some plays. Somebody had to make a play. I'm glad he kept coming to me. So I'm glad we put a drive together to tie the game up, and getting the ball back and getting a field goal was huge. So it was a great thing for us. We got the coverage we wanted. We knew what there was going to be in that. We had 2 plays for zone and man, and we got the exact thing we wanted, that one-on-one matchup to the boundary. So we just had to make a play at the end of the day. It was kind of inside leverage, but he still threw the ball. He trusted me to win, and he threw a great ball, great placement, and we made the play.
You're a leader on the wide receiver room, but a leader on the team as
Mm-hmm.
well. So what do you that drive in particular? What do you hope that what's the message that you hope that sends to the rest of the team?
Just bounce it back. It's a 4-quarter game. It's been tough. I don't know how many drops I got this year, but for sure know it's a career high. So just trying to bounce back from that drop. And like I said, somebody had to make a play. I'm glad Tyler trusted in me. The O-line stood up. We had the screens and all them doing the things. A lot of people got hurt too. So I'm glad for Kevin, Austin stepping in, the running back stepping in. Just be ready when the opportunity presents itself. That's what we preach. So I'm glad we did that in the fourth quarter and came back and won.
Going 4 for 4 on that drive for you, just eating up big chunks of yardage. Is that like as good as you felt all season, like on one drive, just in terms of like things are clicking and?
Yeah, it was great. It felt good. Coach called great plays, especially with us. We had to score, so we got on the ball with a lot of tempo. Just trying to take a couple shots in the 2-minute drill. So, like I said, I'm glad we got in that position. It was tough to be in that position, but we all came together and it showed our character. And I'm glad we got the win.
During your time here, you've had, there's been a lot of chances for y'all to come through in those good clutch moments.
Mm-hmm.
Always works out. So, is anything different right now that's making that stuff happen?
Everybody just taking advantage of opportunities. Like I said, I feel like it's been like that all year. We had a lot of close games, especially early in the year, and we kept dropping them. And it was just opportunities. Somebody will miss a play or somebody will do this or do that. And I feel like recently, these past few games, we've been taking advantage of that and making the play. So we know what type of team we are. We got the players. We got everything we need in the building. So like I said, just those close games, we got to find a way to close it out. And these past 2 games, we did that. Just having that trust in us, especially at the quarterback position. Like I said, I had that drop and he kept coming to me the next drive. So just him being fearless back there, taking those hits. Like I said, it's an NFL league, or it's a contact league. So I'm glad he was able to get up from that and bounce back and just deliver the ball. I feel like he's doing a great job.
Everybody on the roster has a lot of trust and confidence in Charlie Smyth. What did you think as he was taking it?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna knock that down, man. That's my boy right there. He's a most down to earth dude. He deserves the opportunity and be able to kick the game winner. That's huge for him. I know he's been waiting for his opportunity since he got out here, and like I said, I'm super proud of him and that he delivered in the clutch moment.
Chris, how would you describe just the mood in the locker room after this one? It's been a long season. How would you describe it right now?
Man, it feels good, man. Just winning. It's a great feeling. It kind of solves everything that we've been lacking. Just winning is the number one priority in this business, and I feel like we've been doing that recently. It starts in our preparation, and like I said, it's a great feeling, man. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
You referenced the drop a couple of times. When that happens in a game, are you just kind of eager for another opportunity to put it behind you? You just think about it, let it go, like that kind of.
Oh yeah, of course. It's kind of like I said, it's been.
Don't let him get the first down. It was more so that last play. I was like, okay, he gonna run. He been running, and it was kind of like that the whole game. Sometimes I catch myself high. He go through the B gap. He wasn't dropping too far back in the pocket for real. It was hard to bend the edge at 6 yards. So it was more so it just had to be speed to power. And on that play, I just know somebody had to make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Where KT at?
This is a couple straight weeks now that the defense had an opportunity to close the game down late. Two straight weeks coming through. What does that say?
We fight, man. We fight. I give my hats off to our leader, Coach Staley. Hell of a leader, man. He's always challenging us. He's always talking about, controlling what we can control. Great leader, DeMario Davis. Now he keep us on it. Always challenging us every day. We got a real good group. We really feed off each other like a family, and that's all you can ask for.
Please enter the last 4 digits of the social security number of the primary
I do, man. We like Double D said, I think maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, how you gonna respond, right? And everything isn't going your way. And I feel like if you look at our team, man, we regardless, we never stop fighting. And I feel like, man, that's just all you can ask for. That's just playing ball, man. You got it or you don't. I mean, you look at a lot of stuff, the hand movement. You know, the guard always tap, you know what I'm saying? They do the little head nod, you know, all that. But you look at that film, though, you gotta watch film to really get that. Then as the game goes on, you know, you make mistakes. I jumped a little bit. It was a hair shy, right? But, you know, it happens sometimes. And you know, I'm just glad that, you know, God gave me the ability to make that play, man. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. I guess, Coach, we felt like we earned a victory Monday. Haven't had one of those in a little minute. So it feels good, man. It feels good. I do, man. Tyler Shough, man. He building, man. Every week I can just tell he getting more comfortable. He just starting to look like that guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, all power to Shough, man. He's doing whatever he's doing. You got to get him to keep doing it.
Team power is like that. You're walking back and offense.
Man, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it.
And then,
I mean, everybody on the team, we always had confidence in Charlie, man. He hitting 60-70 yarders in practice all the time. And Charlie, man, he was ready for that moment. He's always dialed in practice. He's real hard on himself. You know, his whole journey. His whole journey. He couldn't make that many mistakes to be able to be where he is, you know, right now. So, hats off to Charlie, man. He came clutch. You know, we're going to take it one day at a time. We're going to go in on Wednesday. I know we're going to look at this film still. And, you know, I still made a couple mistakes, you know, because no game is perfect. So that's where we at right now. We locked in on day to day.
Your ninth game today, you're coming up on
I don't know. I'm just balling, man. Yeah. I feel good. Everything feel good. You don't see. Yeah, man, it feels good, man. But that, you know, hats off to the whole D line. I mean, we was communicating a lot out there. And Staley, he said before this game, he was going to be on the front four. He was rushing four. He wasn't bringing no blitzes. He was going to be on the front four to get 9 down. You know, we was up and down a little bit throughout the game, but at the end of the day, we got it done. That's all that matters.
Anything else for Chase?
All right, shout out to Chase Young, man. Big plays down the stretch. And one of the final drives, man, to set up some very positive things for the Saints. And the second half, man, was just something totally different, man, right? With the Saints, just a bunch of things kicked in. The defense got more hardcore. And here's Charlie Smyth. How about Charlie Smyth, man?
Yeah.
Can you start off just by telling us like what that meant to you, what that moment was like, and
Yeah, I suppose they converted, and we thought, you know, they might have had a chance, but I thought our defense did a really good job in getting off the field. And then, you know, I think it was 50 seconds left, and we were down inside our 20, and I was like, here we go. You know, I had great confidence in the offense, and, you know, and Tyler in the offense. You know, they've been clutch this past couple of games. So, yeah, look, I was just delighted to get the opportunity. And, yeah, look, you know, we've got a great operation. And I never even have to think about the ball being in the right spot with the right hole because Zach and Kay are so good. And yeah, look, you know, just it was a cool moment and one I'll never forget. Yeah, there was a part of me that was like, you know, I wouldn't mind this, like, you know, because I've got confidence from that range, and I've hit a lot of, you know, the longer ones in pre-games recently, and I suppose when you get, you know, in those moments you get more adrenaline. Yeah, that means I get more power in my kick. So that's the way I like to channel it. And look, no, it was, you know, 47. We'll take it a little easier, but look, you know, I was ready to hit that one if we needed it as well. So yeah, look, just. Well, it was a cool moment now, and you know the boys and the protection as well today. Like Carolina's got a really good field goal block unit, so just delighted now to convert.
What do you do to kind of stay calm in the moments leading up to big kicks like this? Do you like to talk to people? Do you have to go stand by yourself?
Yeah, no, I like being, you know, I like just staying around with Zach and Kay, and then you go back to what you've done before, you know. So I remember my first kick in the preseason last year. It was a game winner, and I suppose you just go back to look. I call it an evidence wall, and you know, any chance, you know, we've had the converting games. I think the record's pretty good. So yeah, look, just going back to that, and look, you know, the boys did a great job getting us in that position. But yeah, look, I'm like pretty ecstatic right now, to be honest.
I'm just checking to see if I'm right here. Your last job before this one was school teacher, right?
Yeah, I graduated as a primary school teacher with Irish language in the summer of 23, and then started kicking football since the start of August. I'd signed up to do a master's at home as well in St Mary's in Belfast, and but then the kind of kicking football has kind of got in the way of that, and I was told there was a chance to go and kick at a combine in Indianapolis, which, you know, I was very much aware of because of how big a fan of the sport I was back home. And you know, once, you know, the NFL was mentioned, you just parked everything. I was like, this is what's meant to be, because I had a skill in my other sport, Gaelic football, where I could kick the ball pretty far and accurate, and I kind of thought I had a good chance to translate it over to the NFL then.
So if you're getting a chance to tell yourself when you're teaching Irish language that you're kicking goals in the NFL, like, you know,
yeah.
your reaction?
I mean, I suppose I'll go back to it. If you told me, what is it, over probably over just over 27 months or so, if you told me I'd be, you know, kicking a game in the NFL, I probably would have laughed at you. You know, even would I ever thought I've had the chance of coming over here and playing sport even in college or whatever, because I didn't know what way the eligibility system worked. But, you know, just the way things panned out, it's been really a dream scenario. And, you know, like, again, come from myself, I've been such a fan of the sport for so long and always thought I could kind of do it. And yeah, look, it was just awesome now. Like, I love it here. You know, this city has treated me really well. This organization, everybody, you know, to even look at me in the first place whenever I had no football experience. Just so grateful to everybody in this organization to help me develop. And yeah, look, you know, I think we're going to reap the rewards from that now. I don't know. I mean, I remember after the Miami game, there was probably over 1,000, and it was pretty crazy. But yeah, I haven't really had the chance to look at my phone yet, so it's, yeah, I'd say it might be in my top half. I'm not sure. I suppose you feel the contact, right, and then you just give a quick glance and saw it was going down the middle. So, you know, I think I've got a habit of like looking, seeing it's good, and then sort of turning away, or you know, I'm not really in control of my body at that stage. So, you know, whatever happens, and I think I might have looked at their sideline. You know, I probably shouldn't have done that, but look, division opponent, you know, it's, you know, a big rivalry or whatever. So, it was a fun moment, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know it did.
You're gonna frame that picture now?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but look, yeah, I'll definitely never forget it anyway. So, yeah, look, you know, but this is, you know, for me, you know, I'm still in the practice squad, so I want to be a part of this team, and I want to play here. I love it here. You know, it nearly feels like home here. You know, and obviously in America, I feel like I've got two homes now in New Orleans and Mayo Bridge. So it's pretty cool. You know.
Pretty sure you won't
Okay, look, I just, I'll just do my thing, and that the rest would take care of itself. Yeah, look, it's pretty cool. I mean, every kicker in the NFL, I mean, I would like to think most guys in the league would dream of, hitting game winners, and it's a pretty cool moment. It's where you feel like you can really help win games for your team. And I know obviously all the other kicks before that are just as important, but those moments do mean a lot. And I suppose the outside world would say there's a lot of pressure on you, but I like to think I embrace those moments and say, look, along with our snap hold, I know it's going to be perfect, and it's just up to to go out and execute everything you've been practicing for the last 2 years.
How did you handle your first miss last week? Obviously, it was going to happen at some point.
Yeah. Well, I was just looked at it. It was strictly just a technical thing, and I watched the film back, and it was great actually. This week was alumni week, and we had John Carney in, so it was just a perfect week to get working with John and take a look at the film and even analyze some of the makes I've had in practice and in games, and like what's the ball doing and what way am I lined up. Just little small technical things, and I knew it wasn't like, oh, I was nervous in Tampa. It wasn't that. It was just a strictly a technical thing, and I think we took a look at the film and made the corrections this week. Yeah, I've worked with John. First met John in, I think it was June of 24 of last year, just before training camp, and he was really good. And even just some of the basics, fundamentals, like they're still that my controllable thoughts that I've learned from John. And he's had a great career here as well. I see him up in the banner as part of the Super Bowl winning team. So yeah, look, he's a legend of this place, and it was cool. I got to chat to Garrett Hartley yesterday as well, and I know like this place has got some pretty legendary kickers, and Dempsey as well, and Morton Anderson, so it's pretty cool to get to kick for a team, I guess, with such historic kickers as part of their franchise.
What about your love for this city and this place and wanting to be here? What did it mean to be able to have that moment in this city?
Yeah, look, it was awesome. It's pretty cool hearing the Saints fans, cheering like that, and I think the crowd got really, really loud today on the 3rd and 4th downs, and look, it definitely helps when this place is rocking, and it's pretty cool, and it's up to us to give the fans moments like that to celebrate. And
there are too many people trying to take care of other folks'
when I first came here. It's hot, but now it's pretty good now, to be fair. But look, no, I love it. The people are great. Everybody is just Saints mad here. I don't think there's too many cities like that in America where the football team is literally the main market of the city, and that's we just want to give this city a winning team, and I would love to be a part of that. Yeah, hopefully we can still look. I don't know. It's a good job now. I'm driving, so we don't have to encounter that. But I mean, I remember last year just making up all the stories and whatever. And why do you have an Irish accent in New Orleans? So just trying to we're just visiting. It's a pretty cool place, good tourist spot, and you give them the whole, we'll go down to Bourbon or whatever, and have a bit of fun there. But look, no, it's funny. Thank you very much.
For all the guys coming back here, I feel like we had played well on the road, but we wanted to show the fans what we could do here, just as a team collectively, just the resiliency. It was just a lot of fun. I was just proud of everybody throughout the whole game, especially against a really good team. 2 playoff teams kind of back to back, and it was a lot of fun.
How would you describe how you played in those last 2 drives? Certainly, things were a lot snappier just because of the clock situation.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you look at those last 2 drives, and what was different in you?
I think throughout the game, I think we weren't able to kind of sustain some of the stuff and kind of get into on the ball scenarios, and they did a good job of mixing things up. But I think in those, we were all on the same page, and we're going to go drive down and score, and everybody was clicking. So I think just preparedness and just operation, when feet and eyes was going through my head the whole time. So was just kind of operating, and was proud of the whole offense being able to sustain that and get down there. And obviously we'd like to get in the end zone as much as we can, but it was a great finish.
Why do you think you're so good at meeting the moment in those tough spots, like the clutch moments, 3rd and long? Just kind of seems like you
Yeah, I felt prepared. I felt prepared with it, and for me, I kind of, I like being able to they know we're throwing it, we're going to throw it, and just go out there and get it. And yeah, I mean, Vele, he had some insane catches. I got to put some better ball placement on him, but he's unbelievable when it comes to just throwing it in his radius. All those guys stepped up. Olave, he wasn't, getting a lot of action early on, but the way he kind of stepped up, it was unbelievable for him and Kevin and everybody. It was, I was just really proud of them. It's tough whenever you kind of not getting the ball early on. You kind of have ebbs and flows. It's a tough position. So the resiliency of those guys, the resiliency of the O-line, it was just a great effort. That's why I play football, really. I think that's why any of us are out there, is because, it's when you can kind of make the game simple as far as you're out there playing with your boys and you're out there operating on an every single day basis. That's what's fun to me. And it means a lot coming from those guys, because I got full trust in them, and we put them in some tough scenarios. They responded, time and time again. And I think that's just, how we can operate as a team when we're playing together and trust each other. It was laser focused. We worked in that scenario every single day. The defense knows that play like the back of their hand, our defense, because they're like sick and tired of us. We do so much situational football, and that's just a credit to Kellen and all the guys and all the coaches. We got the look that we wanted, and we couldn't, it was just, everybody was on the same page. And it was just a kind of a great finish. I would say every week, but yeah, since training camp, every week, those kind of end of game, end of half scenarios, at least once per week. Usually you're going for 13 seconds. It's kind of the cutoff. 12 is a little bit risky, but it can be done. But I knew how to get down. That I kind of, maybe sold a little bit, because I know we didn't have any timeouts, so it definitely hurt, but I was good. And but yeah, so we had to be in that scenario, and we were going to clock it. Yeah, I was fine, but it was just kind of, we had to do it, and yeah, just got to be smart, get down earlier. But yeah, it ended up working out.
I was trying to think of a tactful way to ask you if you had to sell that a little bit.
Yeah. It was, I don't know how I should say any of this, but it was just a great effort. But yeah, it was a great kick. My hip, I took like a knee or that fourth down, like right on my hip, or back. They just put like a pad on it. Yeah. So just, no, it was I definitely was hurting. But I knew it was good as long as I could throw and move around. But yeah, should be good to go.
And that drive was like 18, 12, 13, 14, like back to back to back. When you're playing a different defense, you feel like you can take advantage of, or you just knew you had to be aggressive?
A little bit of both. We're obviously going to be aggressive as much as we can, and you got to, we knew we had to get chunks. A lot of the stuff earlier on, you're trying to keep the ball moving positively, but in those scenarios, you got to be a little aggressive that way, just with time management wise and how much time you have on the clock. So it was just kind of great play calling by Kellen, great operation by all the guys.
The 17-play drive, kind of set that up later in the game to allow you guys to do that more when you're kind of grinding away at it?
I think it just builds confidence as an offense and sustainability, because that's what I feel like the Panthers have been really good at, is just possessing the ball. And we knew that we had to do that ourselves. We had to sustain those drives. That's kind of the name of the game in the NFL, really, is you got to stay on the field to give your defense that break. And then obviously you're operating, you want to drive. So it was just a really, really good effort by all the guys, because, you get tired down at the end. You got to keep mentally strained, physically strained. So, but you train for those moments.
Kellen was talking about just like the sense that you guys are building something right now. You feel that in the locker room?
Yeah, for sure. It kind of feels like week 3 within the locker room. Feels like we're just kind of, gearing up, hitting our shot. I think we're just having fun, I think, but at the same time, we're building something here that we all want to be here forever. We're here to stay. So it's just a lot of fun being around the guys every single day, but knowing, we have to go back to our process. All the results come if we kind of continue what we're doing process wise and having fun day to day. Go ahead.
What does it say about this team down the stretch?
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not sure on the status of those guys, but obviously, they're huge. They're huge for us because of the plays that they're making, who they are as individuals and people. So hopefully they'll be good. And but I was really proud of how everybody stepped up to kind of in that roles. And it was just, nobody blinked. Audric, Evan, Kevin, all those guys. Nobody blinked. They stepped up and made plays. So I think they'll be great for us.
Yeah, when you get the ball back in that situation, like you said, it's like Audric and these guys, what are you saying? Like, what is your message to that group? You're back to a minute left. Like, what are you saying?
One play at a time. Let's go get it. I think everybody was on the same page of, we're not going to get it back all in one play, but how can we, play each play for its own and go get it done. So like I could see it on everybody's faces, and I was just constantly talking to them, hey, let's go win this right here. Let's go win this. This is why you do it. Strain, focus, and everybody, they operated really, really well.
You came out of the injury tank the first time. You're kind of hurting, and I think it was like a minute, I guess, before the play resumed. Now, what were you thinking in that moment?
I just wanted to make sure I could throw, just grab the ball and throw. So once I did that, I was good, and then you just kind of, then adrenaline kicks in. Really, you don't feel it until you're kind of off the field.
Did anyone, like, any of the coaches come check in with you? Like, did you have to say, like, no, I'm good, and like I can lead the team down the field? No problem.
The trainers communicate with the coaches constantly, so it was. But obviously, they came up to me. I just said, "I'm good to go. We're good." So it's part of it.
Coming off the field after that last play, what is your level of confidence that Charlie's going to get it done?
100% confidence. I know we had no doubt. He does that every single day in practice. He'd been great throughout the game so far. I know, just seeing it on his face, you got to have a level of cold bloodedness to kind of play that position. So I was full confidence with him. I almost, you're waiting to see it go in, but I think everybody knew what the result was going to be. Yeah, I have full confidence in Chris. That's my guy. That's our guy. He's going to win one-on-one no matter what. I give him a chance, and I got to continue to give him more chances. So he made a huge play, great route, and great catch. We got the look that we wanted on that, and it was just an unbelievable job by him coming up big there.
I know you have a ton of faith in him, obviously, but he was saying how important it was for him after that ball he couldn't hang on to on the sidelines for him to have another chance to come in. So as a quarterback, do you want to feed somebody after a moment like that?
100%. I told him I'm coming right back to him. I could have put it out there a little bit earlier and outside. So part of that's on me to make it not a bang play. So I was telling him and all the guys, I'm coming right back to you. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get in the end zone. So it was just, I think him mentally. I think I've seen just him be so sharp. As just that guy, and was really proud of him and how he responded. Continually.
What does it mean to you to show that you can fight through the physicality and come back after some of those things?
Yeah, I think it's just part of the game of football, and a lot of the injuries I had were just kind of fluke bone breaks that suck timing wise. So I think it just, like I said, it's part of it. You're gonna get bumps and bruises. You got to play through stuff, and but I understand the narrative at the time. But I think obviously it's helped me out more than anything mentally, being able to kind of just grind through all that adversity, being able to see a different point of view from that standpoint. So, and I think everybody's battling through stuff, and I think that's why you show up every single day to go out there and battle. It's just a great play call. He stepped up big there. Just extremely explosive. A great job at the O-line as well. It's not an easy play to get out there in space and make those blocks. So he just stepped up really big.
Looking at the class, especially yourself, how you guys have progressed, what's like the growth that you see in that game?
think there's twofold, just the mental fortitude to understand just throughout the season, going through, our own process, having fun each day. It's kind of a long journey from January, training for the draft, kind of going through interviews nonstop into OTAs, and you're kind of just drinking through a fire hose and you don't really know what you don't know. And I think there's a lot of growth that is necessary through that moment. So I think all the guys are kind of seeing them flourish with their own process and their own, kind of position. And this is a credit to the staff, the whole team. So I think, we're brothers off the field. Like, this is one of the closest, rookie classes and groups I've been a part of. And so I think we're just having fun being around each other.
How much of that do you think has to do with kind of the switch, like for you starting at quarterback? Did that kind of feel like a clean slate for you guys, or anything like that?
I think I'm just trying to do my job and operate within that realm. I just think, it feels that way because I think we're playing off of each other really well. And I think everybody's just having fun, coming to work each day. We're having fun doing it. So, and I think obviously it's a long season and we still have a lot of football left to be played. So I think there's just an encouragement of, let's keep going. Let's keep it going.
For you, the 3 straight games having big performances in the fourth quarter, does that do anything for your individual confidence? Just like knowing you can do it at this level.
For me, it's just a reminder of how important just the preparation and just, keep stepping up to the plate really. And we'd like to kind of continue to start faster, and how can I kind of facilitate that? But for me, it shows the resiliency of our whole offense and our whole team, the special teams, defense. Everybody's kind of on the same page of we're going to grind it out. We're always in this game. And so I think it's just a whole confidence for the whole team. Yeah, I think staying the course is the right phrase. Obviously, settling in is a tough thing, because there's so much change throughout the year with different guys. So I think the message that you try and preach from Ted, our strength coach, with Kellen is one, you going through your process, which I said before, and then just going for it. So I think when you have that mindset of, I'm gonna step up to the plate and I'm gonna attack each day. And everybody's kind of in that same mode of operation. So I think, if you can get everybody on that same page, and we're here to have fun regardless of the circumstances, we're here to do our job, and then good things can happen.
Weird question. A couple more questions. Like the songs and stuff that the fans make the culture.
We're getting shocked tonight. We're getting shocked tonight. Yeah, I had like 40 people send me that, and they're like, something's wrong with the. I was like, we got to release it on Apple Music or something. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But I really don't see it. And then people send me to it, and then people come in the locker room and like, dude, have you seen this? And I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, keep them coming.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I like Gunna, and it's a good song, but I think there's a lot of ways you can play off my last name. But yeah, it was good. Good song. I don't want to comment too much further. Appreciate it.
All right, shout out to Tyler, man. That was a good game for Tyler, man. It took a lot of heart in that to accomplish that. I think that's the last of it, man. But Tyler Shough put on a hell of a game, Pups, to be honest with you. As that'll probably be the last of as they get to talking. But, man, what's really interesting is the fact that the Saints, man, defensively, offensively, they stuck to it, showed a high degree of mental toughness in this game to ultimately take it away from the Carolina Panthers, Pops. Let's hear you. You didn't get a chance to fully kind of delve in because of the press conference, but feel free. You got the flow now.
Of how they executed the plays. I mean, that first drive, they kind of fizzled on the first drive, but I could see that they were determined to get in there and make something happen. I love the way there were no turnovers that I can remember that they made in the game. They stayed pretty much on schedule. They had because Carolina's defense wasn't playing that bad. So it did have something to do with slowing them down. But with when it came down to nutcracking time, well, they got the job done, and they got the job done in the last few minutes. You know, they just executed when Carolina couldn't stop them. You know, and they wanted to get that field goal, and Carolina, as a matter of fact, Carolina kind of helped them along with some of the penalties that they got on them, like hit the quarterback while he was down. Well, you know, that don't make sense. But that added 15 yards. That made it a little bit easier for the field goal for the win it. But excuse me, they really played very well. I enjoyed watching it. One of the best games of the year that they played in, and I enjoyed watching it. I think if we can see more of those games, this team could be something special coming up next year. With a few more players additions, they could be a very, very good team. You know, just excellent the way they executed that last drive, but just, I mean, outstanding. He got the plays off, the ball out, and the receivers made the catches. There was no panic. They got down to where they needed to get, and the field goal kicker came through for them. Saints win 20-17, sweep the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because during the play-by-play during this game, I was looking for that moment in time when the switch would flip for the Saints to kind of say, okay, it's time to go up a level or 2 or 3 and take the game away from them. And that's exactly what they did, especially in the second half. It was plays by offense. And listen, Tyler Shough made some great plays, but to be honest with you, fam, remember, you get, Kevin Austin Jr. comes in there, and Tyler Shough rips several passes to him to keep drives alive. Chris Olave dropped the ball, a disappointing drop. He comes alive after that and just, makes several catches, including a touchdown to help tie the thing up. So, the defense needed stops. I'm like, man, we need some stops. The Saints not only stopped him twice late in the game, but each time they stopped him, it was like a little bit more than 2 minutes, as opposed to the previous stoppages included, 5 and 6 minutes. The Saints knew they had to get them off the field and give the offense an opportunity to get in line. And that's what I seen. Guys stepped up across the board. Let's talk about the defense, Pops. You may have mentioned about Tyler Shough. He's shutting a lot of people's mouths about whether or not he's the franchise guy in the future, how tough he's playing. He showed a lot of a lot of really high level IQ thinking in the clutch moments of the game, the running. And listen, we lost Devin Neal to a hamstring issue, and the Saints still were able to keep the offense pretty much balanced. He made several throws down the field. As you can see, Kellen Moore adopting his philosophy. Juwan Johnson has been big. He caught every ball, including a tough one. He tapped it up to himself and caught it, broke a tackle, and pushed forward. A lot of play. Devon Valley had several tough catches, no drops, and this dude was handling this business, and then Chris came alive late in the game. So something's turning and developing here offensively, and then defensively. We've seen it. And then Charlie Smyth, of course, was able to hit 2 field goals to help the Saints. You had a full effort here, Pop.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I like the young receiver Belly. He catches everything. He kind of reminds me of a receiver we had long years ago, Colston. If you remember Colston.
A Colston comparison to Belly.
Yes.
Keep it coming.
He caught that. He was catching it, and he caught tough balls. I mean, ball was thrown to him. He didn't drop him. He got the ball and held it. He caught it in his hands, put it to himself, and then made the catch. And this is the kind of receiver that these guys are turning out to be, because the quarterback understands that they're going to make the plays for him. So he goes to him, and he went to Belly several times, and Belly didn't drop any. I think Olave had a few in the previous game that he dropped, but he made a big catch. That touchdown was a big one that put him over the top. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm excited about him for the rest of this year. I believe we play Atlanta. Is that right, son? Next week?
No, it's the Jets.
The Jets next week. Yeah, we should look. I'm gonna tell you right now, we ought to get this game. They only got 2 wins. So we should get this game. We should get this game, and now we'll have what? We had 4. We have 5 wins, and then when we play Atlanta, we got to play them on their turf. That's gonna be like our Super Bowl. Cause we got to get them because they got us when they was here. So we got to get them. But our quarterback is playing much better, and I'm telling you what, I'm looking forward to these last few games because I can see some big things happening. And then to have momentum to win the last couple games and then go into the season, just think how they'll perform if everybody comes back and they play like they played the latter part of this season.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed, Pops. And that's what's up next. The Jets got plastered by the Jacksonville Jaguars today. They got destroyed. 48-20 something or other, something like they got destroyed. So the Jets are 3-11, 1-5. This will be on CBS, family, next week against the 4-10 Saints, 2-5 at home. This is our last home game. For the rest of the year will be against the Jets, and the other 2 games are in Tennessee and at Atlanta. So this is the last home game of the 25-26 regular season against the Jets. The Jets quarterbacks are hurt. They're just really in a bad space. And you're right, Pops. The Saints beating Carolina and the way they're playing, they could really finish the 25-26 season on a 5-game winning streak. We already won 2. We've won 2 in a row. We got the Jets up next. This is the first time in the season the Saints have a winning streak. Yeah. So we could finish strong. Yeah. With a win against the Jets and push forward and that will really spark a lot of positive stuff for the upcoming year to build on stuff as well. Shout out to T Mama. Shout out to the ladies. Shout out to Debbie, T Mama, Beauty. Shout out to the queens in the building as well. Appreciate y'all for being. Shout out to the Kings as well. Y'all hit that like button, sub up also. Big Low. Shout out to my dog Big Low in the building. Says, were there any biscuit eaters on the field today, Pops? Inside joke. Shout outs to Pops Q. All right, thank you, Low.
Thank you very
Say
much.
Pops.
Picking me up, bringing me back to this world.
Were there any biscuit eaters today, Pops?
Yes, sir. There's quite a few of them on that South Carolina, on that Carolina line, that defensive line back there. Big old fella, big bellies hanging, falling all over the place. You gotta watch me. Them guys, you don't understand. You gotta watch this big belly. As long as like I did.
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed. All right, shout out to you. What's up, Lo? Shout out to you, man, and Coach Roney. Hope y'all doing good up there, man, as well, man. Y'all got y'all a win this Thursday, man, so that's good. That game ahead. We'll see you guys at the end of the season. But up next, Jets. Let's do an early one, Pops. A quick preview before we hit the scoreboard and finish out the stream. Also, by the way, fam, the Pelicans and the Chicago Bulls are playing right now. That's why I'm kind of looking here off to the right here. I'm looking at them right now. I think the Pelicans are slightly up. Zion Williamson return. They're also trying to mount a winning streak of their own. But we have we'll recap that on PPR final after the final at when the game goes final. Me and DC Lex. But Pops, let's preview this thing, man. With the Jets, what do you think happens here with the Jets? No quarterback, they fumbling, stumbling, bumbling, looking for the lottery. What do you think about this matchup for the Saints?
It'll be practice for the Saints. They need to go on and take care of business. Don't mess around. Don't give them no hope. Go down there and handle business. Put them big biscuit eaters on their defensive line to sleep. And just go on and do your thing. I mean, this team is done. The coach is probably gone. I mean, it's a mess. It's a team that's in a mess.
That's Glenn. He just got there, Pops. I don't know if they're going to get rid of him, but he just got there. That's Aaron Glenn.
Well, Glenn has to do better. He got to get him some. Maybe they need to get him some players. I mean, geez. I mean, these guys. But I'm not going to put them down too much because they may come back and knock us off. So I don't want to give them no encouragement. You know what I'm saying? But I expect the Saints to win. And beat them and move on to the next team. And I like I said again, I enjoyed the game today. the Saints executed very, very well. I haven't seen them execute that long, that good, and you know, a minute. You know, they did it last week. Tampa really was their coming out game. I mean, this was in pouring down rain. This is what I thought about. Like I told you, this young man got a good future here. Because the way he played, he handled Tampa in the pouring rain. You know, they couldn't lay hands. They were slipping and sliding on that dirt field. They couldn't hardly catch him, and he scored twice. I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's just exciting to watch him again.
Yeah, it is, and like I said, I was encouraged. And the previous game, 2 divisional games, that put it sparks your blood. If you're a Saints person, you've seen the Saints beat the Buccaneers and lead, you know, and then all of a sudden the Buccaneers on a losing streak. You see the Saints now take care of business against Carolina, and now the Jets ahead. The Saints, before they turn around, Saints are going to have 3 straight wins, and then they got the Titans. The Titans and the Jets are 2 terrible. They're 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. Not to put down these people, but I'm just saying simply is that they have an opportunity if they could beat Carolina, which they did, and they have 2 of the worst teams in the NFL, and the Jets and the Titans. They can and then finish up against the Falcons, which they're going to play out-of-worldly football because it's the last game of the season. Plus, the Falcons beat the Saints early on in a non-competitive game. The Saints want to play them back. And plus, they found some sense of identity as Tyler Shough has kind of showed that he's a tough force, and a lot of the team is starting to galvanize around Tyler Shough. He's showing some stuff. So, yeah, this is impressive.
Yep. Yes, it is. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the remaining the few games of the season, because I'm looking forward to what they can become or how they can grow from these wins.
Yeah.
Because the kid is learning how to win in the NFL.
Yeah.
And the first thing, a new young quarterback has to learn how to win in this league. And this kid is doing it. 2 in a row. This kid is doing it. He's handling his business. Big, strong kid. You know, he's handling his business.
I got to give a lot of you got to give credit where credit's due. Number one, it was questionable about the Devon Valley move until ultimately had the free opportunities to be able to put him in the position to be successful. Devon Valley over the last couple of games has been big time. He's made several really interesting, tough catches that have kept the drive around. His size, his not only that, but catching those 50-50 balls across the field in tough situations. He's definitely proven his worth in terms of those the draft capital the Saints surrendered to get him. The draft class, much of the draft class the Saints picked up in 2025 has been big in these Saints wins and of course the losses, but in the big, it's showing up in the wins, big in the wins, whether it's the quarterback and Tyler Shough, the 2nd round pick, Kelvin Banks Jr., struggling a bit, but still learning. You're seeing Jonas Sanker make tackle after tackle, him making plays. You're seeing Quincy Riley had a touchdown saving bat down of a play. He had a couple of other plays in the game, but that was really big. Him coming in and punching out that touchdown catch that Ted McMillan would have had.
He would have had it, sure.
He punched that out and saved. He forced the Carolina to kick a field goal. Because of that we can't get lost and forget that. Right. That happened. So
remember that play, yeah.
It was big. A lot of these guys stepped up. And of course, like we talk about with Charlie Smyth hitting both his field goals, he had 8 points, including extra points, and the 2 field goals to help the Saints. And then some of our veterans showed as well. You seen Cam chasing people down, Chase Young in the back end of the game, getting the sack that knocked Bryce Young back 9 yards and then chasing them down the next play to stop him from converting the first down. So it was players at moments stepping up and making plays that's helping this streak going. And this is what you take into the season. So, yeah, I anticipate the Saints to not disrespect to the Jets. They don't even have a starting quarterback right now. They're looking at the draft. Yeah. Much like the Raiders are. So it'll be interesting to see it ends. But at the final home season game of the regular season for the Saints, I think the Jets are in for a surprise as Coach Glenn comes back to the Big Easy, Pops. They're going to knock the Jets down out of the sky.
Yep, we got to keep them grounded. And they're not going to take off on our watch. When they come in here, we got to smack them down. Got to keep them down. Got to take the gas out the jet so the jet don't move.
That's right. And they ain't flying nowhere, Bob.
No.
But they flying somewhere straight to the loser column. That's what the hell they going. They flying right to the top of the draft.
Yep.
All right, anyway, let's take a look at here. Here we go, Pops. This is the scoreboard for today. Right now, the Vikings and Cowboys are battling out Sunday night football. It's tied 7-7. The Cowboys are marching 2:30 in the first quarter. The Browns blasted by the Bears 31-3. Early on, the Ravens blanked the Bengals 24-0. Chargers in a close one defeat the Chiefs 16-13. Pat Mahomes boys got hurt in that game. Chiefs season is in trouble. It's over with, in my opinion. The Bills come from behind, beating the Patriots 35-31. They improved to 10-4. That was a real good game earlier. The Commanders get a win 29-21 over the 2-12 Giants. The Raiders are blanked by the Eagles 31-0. The Jets destroyed by the Jags 48-20 earlier today. Just took them apart. Texans get another win. They beat the Cardinals 40-20. CJ had 3 touchdowns and 260 yards to help the Texans get back on their right footing. Packers fall to Sean Payton's 12-2 Bronco club. Coach Payton is 7-0 at home with Denver this year. Bo Nix over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns as Coach Payton's Broncos improved to 12-2, 7-0 at home. The Lions fall to the Rams 41-34. Rams get their 11th win of the season. We know about our Saints getting their second straight win of the season, 2017. And of course, also you see the likelihood of what happened with the 49ers knocking off the Titans. They're another team we'll see in a couple of weeks, 37-24. The Colts made an effort with Phillip Rivers coming back, but they fall just short by 18-16. Seahawks improved to 11-3. Of course, the Falcons did defeat the Buccaneers 29-28. And I think the Bucs and the Panthers, it's not their playoff run. It's not over for the Panthers. Obviously, they still have they have to play the Buccaneers. I think they haven't played at all this season. I think they play twice in the next couple of weeks, and we just have to they'll work that out. But in terms of the Saints, here there's a lot to build on, and very happy about it, Pop. So, final thoughts before we close out.
Go Saints! I just would love to see the love the work that's actually being done with this coaching staff with this team. Tyler Shough has actually earned the respect of the coaches, and also now with this win at home, I suspect he has earned the respect of all of the Who Dat Nation fans. So I'm looking forward to see how he's gonna finish out these last few games. And I'll tell you what, I'm very, very much optimistic that they're gonna finish strong this season and get ready for the next.
Yeah, Tyler Shough numbers he was impressive today. 272 yards, his completion was 75% and a touchdown. Plus you kind of throwing his scramble ability. He kind of helps your offense twice. His numbers right now, as they're showing here, he's doing over 1,200 yards. I don't know if this is the total down if they update this, but he's doing some positive stuff, if you ask me, a lot of positive stuff that we need from the quarterback position. And it's big, man, to say the least. It'll be also big if we can get this 5-game losing streak on one game at a time, obviously, but it'll be so much of a sigh of relief for the Saints to hit the offseason 5-game winning streak into the draft. We'll draft from wherever position that we are. We're not that far off. We just need to build up these lines, and this young secondary, Pops, is really showing me. Quincy Riley showed me something. Kool-Aid McKinstry is improving. Jonas Sanker is a baller. The other safety position, whatever. You seen DeMario and Cam still playing out, but the future is bright. We add on to what we did this draft class along with next class and just keep fortifying things, and the Saints should get back to business pretty fast if we keep this temperament. So I'm very impressed and very proud of the team tonight.
Yep. And I'm going to tell you what, so am I. I'm looking forward to next week's game too, so we can handle our business and keep this streak going. We need to have this streak run through we need to run the table if at all possible, to build us up, to build our team up and get us prepared for the next season.
Indeed. And first and foremost, shout out to y'all for being in the building as well. Much love to the fam. Y'all, if you hadn't had an opportunity, let's get the like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show, man. It was a good show tonight. It was a great stream tonight, man. Shout out to the fam. Thank y'all for the Cash App and Super Chatters, man. For tonight, we had a good time, man. And that's usually what we do here on the Coma. We do our live watches, man. We have some fun. And we just discuss, and have fun watching the game, joking and everything. But it's always good with a win. And the Saints really impressed us and made us, gave us a really good effort. And that's all we ask for is the layout, play hardcore football, and show some pride and some spirit. And they did that, and they got a win, and they're on a 2-game winning streak. So congratulations to us. And shout out to Carolina for trying, man. Y'all season not over with. Y'all still got a lot of work to do, but we handle business, man. That's what's up. All right, Brother Mel says, well, son of a biscuit eater, I was waiting for Big Low to show up and push the biscuit. He did, Mr. Mel. He showed up. He was he showed up, Pops. Low
I saw him over there.
Yeah, Low super chatted that. So yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to Low, man, and his wife, man. We seen him at Thanksgiving. They came down and we had we ate Thanksgiving. And my Pops and everybody was there. That's where the biscuit eater commentary comes from, man. Coach Roney, Big Low. Down for the holidays, man. They got some good down south, good New Orleans style Thanksgiving eating, man, gumbo, all that kind of stuff. It was the truth. So shout out to him, man, and Coach Roney. So anyway, with that being said, man, we're gonna cut out on that. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. Sports Coma representing the mighty Who Dat Nation. Saints take a good win. They win 20-17, 2-game winning streak. They sweep the Panthers. And we on to the Jets. Much love. We're going to holler at y'all on Monday. Much love. Peace. And Who Dat tell you?
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Long as I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Fucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, money like this and I'm a Who Dat. Every day I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a Who Dat. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
Orleans? Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thehootdatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation. Stay in the NO, you stay in the know.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I first ditched big wireless.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit.